Hello, and thank you for being here today. Today is Thursday, November 25th, and this is the daily Catholic readings, which are read throughout the United States for the daily Catholic Mass. This is Thanksgiving Day here in America, so I encourage everyone to really think about all the blessings and all the gifts that they have in their life and give thanks to God. Our first reading today is from Daniel chapter 6, lines 12 through 28. Some men rushed into the upper chamber of Daniel's home and found him praying and pleading before his God. Then they went to remind the king about the prohibition. Did you not decree, O king, that no one is to address a petition to God or man for 30 days except to you, O king? Otherwise, he shall be cast into a den of lions? The king answered them, the decree is absolute, irrevocable under the Mede and Persian law. To this they replied, Daniel, the Jewish exile, has paid no attention to you, O king, or to the decree you issued. 3 times a day he offers his prayer. The king was deeply grieved at this news, and he made up his mind to save Daniel. He worked till sunset to rescue him. But the men insisted. They said, keep in mind, O king, that under the Mede and Persian law, every royal prohibition or decree is irrevocable. So the king ordered Daniel to be brought and cast into the lion's den. To Daniel he said, may your God, whom you serve so constantly, save you. To forestall any tampering, the king sealed with his own ring and the rings of the lords the stone that had been brought to block the opening of the den. Then the king returned to his palace for the night. He refused to eat, and he dismissed the entertainers. Since sleep was impossible for him, the king rose very early the next morning and hastened to the lion's den. As he drew near, he cried out to Daniel sorrowfully, O Daniel, servant of the living God, has the God whom you serve so constantly been able to save you from the lions? Daniel answered the king, O king, live forever. My God has sent his angel and closed the lions' mouths so that they have not hurt me. For I have been found innocent before him. Neither to you have I done any harm, O king. This gave the king great joy. At his order, Daniel was removed from the den, unhurt because he trusted in his God. The king then ordered the men who had accused Daniel, along with their children and their wives, to be cast into the lion's den. Before they reached the bottom of the den, the lions overpowered them and crushed all their bones. Then King Darius wrote to the nations and peoples of every language, wherever they dwell on earth, all peace to you. I decree that throughout my royal domain, the God of Daniel is to be reverenced and feared. For he is the living God, enduring forever. His kingdom shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be without end. He is a deliverer and savior, working signs and wonders in heaven and on earth, and he delivered Daniel from the lion's power. The word of the Lord. And our responsorial today is very similar to our one from yesterday, and it is derived from Daniel. And the response is, give glory and eternal praise to him. Dew and rain, bless the Lord. Praise and exalt him above all forever. Frost and chill, bless the Lord. Praise and exalt him above all forever. Ice and snow, bless the Lord. Praise and exalt him above all forever. Nights and days, bless the Lord. Praise and exalt him above all forever. Light and darkness, bless the Lord. Praise and exalt him above all forever. Lightning and clouds, bless the Lord. Praise and exalt him above all forever. Let the earth bless the Lord. Praise and exalt him above all forever. And again, the response is give glory and eternal praise to him. Our gospel today is according to St. Luke. It is from chapter 21, lines 20 through 28. Jesus said to his disciples, "When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that desolation is at hand. Then those in Judea must flee to the mountains. Let those within the city escape from it, and let those in the countryside not enter the city, for these days are the time of punishment, when all the scriptures are fulfilled. Woe to pregnant women and nursing mothers in those days, for a terrible calamity will come upon the earth, and a wrathful judgment upon this people. They will fall by the edge of the sword, and be taken as captives to all the Gentiles, and Jerusalem will be trampled underfoot by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. There will be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and on earth nations will be in dismay, perplexed by the roaring of the sea and the waves. People will die of fright in anticipation of what is coming upon the world, for the powers of the heavens will be shaken. And they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. But when these signs begin to happen, stand erect and raise your heads, because your redemption is at hand." The gospel of the Lord. So today we see and we have these beautiful and most amazing readings. We hear from Daniel talking about, well, Daniel's actually not talking at all. We don't hear any words from Daniel. But what we see is, to me, it's kind of reminiscent of Pilate. And King Darius is much like Pilate, but much earlier. If only Pilate could have been as, well, thanksgiving as King Darius was. But what we see is here, Daniel is praying 3 times a day, despite the proclamation that no one should be praying to any god whatsoever. And all the snitches, they go up and they're like, "Oh king, oh king, oh king, didn't you say this? Come on." But the king loves Daniel. He loves his service. He loves his visions. He doesn't want anything bad to happen to Daniel. So he in a sense, he prays for him. He tries to rescue him. But the king gives way to the people, and they try to remind him that the law of Mede and Persia, these laws are irrevocable. So he sends him to the lion's den, and then much like Pilate and the like do with the temple of Jesus, where they put the rock there so no one can tamper with it, and they have the guards there, they do the same thing here with Daniel in the lion's den. But unlike Pilate, Darius is highly distressed about this. He can't sleep. He goes the next day, and he says, "Hey, the God that you pray to, did he save you?" And sure enough, Daniel's voice answers. And it's a conversion. It's a great, glorious conversion where Daniel's faith saves him from the lions. And frankly, Daniel's faith probably saves King Darius and places him into eternity. And then when we listen to what Jesus said to the disciples, here it is. It's Judgment Day. And he tells the disciples, "Stand erect and raise your heads, because your redemption is at hand." The disciples, they're Daniel. It's that simple. The disciples are Daniel. And what Jesus and even the prophet Daniel all tell us is that if we serve our God and have faith and believe, not just with our words, but with our actions, our redemption will be at hand when our time comes. So today on this great and glorious Thanksgiving, give thanks to God first and foremost. Give thanks to those you love, and give thanks for those that you love, that you have their love, that you have their service, that you have their little voices in the background. Give thanks for all of it, because they're all beautiful, glorious blessings of our God. So I wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed this. May you have a great day, and God bless you. Thank you.